देवं कंसचाणूरमर्दनं देवकी परमानन्दं कृष्णं वन्दे जगद्गुरुं गुरुर्ब्रह्मा गुरुर्विष्णु गुरुदेवो महेश्वर गुरुसाक्षात् परब्रह्म तस्मै श्रीगुरुवे नमः। ॐ पूर्णमदः पूर्णमिदं पूर्णात् पूर्णमुदच्यते पूर्णस्य पूर्णमादाय पूर्णमेवावशिष्यते। ॐ सहना भवतु सहनौ भुनक्तु सह वीर्यं करवावहै तेजस्विनावधीतमस्तु महाविद्विषावहै। ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः। ॐ असतो मा सद्गमय तमसो मा ज्योतिर्गमय मृत्युर्मामृतं गमय। ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः। Guys, we just started, okay? So let's go to chapter 50. You ready? You ready, Raya? Yes, maybe. Okay. Shri Bhagwan Uvacha Urdhamoolamadashaka Ashvatam Prahuravayam Chandasi Yasya Parnani Yastam Veda Savedavid Ardashchordam Prasiddhastasya Shaka Purna Pravriddha Vishaya Pravala Ardashtramulan Anusantatani Karmanubandhini Manushaloke Narupamasye Tatopalabhyate Nanto Nachadir Nachasampratishta Ashvatamenam Surudhamulam Asangashastre Dudivena Chitva Tata Padam Tad Parimargatavyam Yasmin Gatana Nivartanti Bhuya Tameva Chadyam Purusham Prapadye Yata Pravritti Prasuta Purani Nirmala Moha Chita Sangha Dosha Adhyatma Vidya Vinivritta Kama Dvande Vimukta Sukadukha Sangha Gacchanta Buddha Padamaviyam Tat Natad Basete Suryo Nashashanko Napavaka Yadgatvana Nivartante Tadama Paramam Mama Mamevamsho Jiva Loke Jiva Bhuta Sanatana Manashashtani Indriyani Prakruti Stani Karshati Shariram Yadavabnoti Yakchapat Kramatishvara Grahitvaitani Semyati Vayur Gandha Nivashayat Sotram Chakshusparshanam Cha Rasanam Ranameva Cha Adishchaya Manashchaya Vishayanupasevata Utkramantam Sitam Vapi Bunjana Vagunagitam Vimudana Pashyanti Jnana Chakshusha Yatanto Yoginashchainam Pashyanti Atmeta Vishtatam Yatanto Prikritadmano Nenam Pashyanti Chetasa Yadaditya Tejo Jagad Bhasete Kilam Yakchandamshi Yakchanno Tattejo Vidyamakam Kama Vishya Shabhutani Dharaya Vihamochasa Pushnami Toshadi Sarva Somo Bhutva Rasatmaka Aham Veshwanaro Bhutva Praninam Dehamashata Pranapana Samayukta Vachanyam Chaturvidam Sarvasya Chaham Hridhi Sannivishto Mata Svatirnyanamapohanam Cha Vedesya Sarverahameva Vedyo Vedanta Krudveda Videva Chaham
Tvaimo purusho loke Kshara eva cha Kshara sarvani bhutani Bhutaso kshara uchyate Uttama purushastanya Paramatme sudhavata Yo lokatayamavishya Vibhartavyaya ishvara Yasma sharamati-toham Aksharaadapi chottama Atosmi loke vede cha Pratita purushottama Yo mamevam samudo Janati purushottama Sa sarva vidvijati mam Sarva bhavena bharata Iti guhyatamam shastram Idam muktam mayanaga Etad badva bhaktimascha Krita krityascha bharata Om Tat Saditi Srimad Bhagavad Gita Su Upanishadsu Brahma Vidyayam Yoga Shastre Shri Krishna Arjuna Samvade Purushottam Yugo Nama Panchotasha Adhyaya. Krishna friends. Okay. Let's go back to chapter number 9. Chapter 9, we were at book number 30th, right? We did till 29th last time, if I remember it right. Anything that you guys remember if I'm wrong? Okay. So, 29th. So God, here, it's Bhakti Yoga, what we are doing here. So he's saying, I'm present in everybody, right? That's what he said. But then he's saying that I love everybody equally. There is not like, we actually talk that, okay, you are God's favorite child, or you, God have blessing on you, kind of that thing we say to each other. But God here is claiming that I am nobody like I love more, nobody I don't like. So he is saying that if you love me, I love you more than that. So I love everybody equally, and I'm present in everybody equally, right? Very much is like all humans, all living organism has something. This whole universe, when we look at that, it's created, and we say everybody, every entity has God in it, which is God. What is he claiming here, right? So he's saying, I'm present in everybody and everything equally. There is nothing that, okay, this is this person has a less God in him, and this person has a more God in him, or human has a more God in them, animal has the less God in them. It's not that. He's claiming that I am present in everybody in equally. There is nobody that I like more, nobody that I don't like more, right? So that's what we did it last week. And now let's start with shlok number 30. Okay. Krish, you want to take that shlok? Krish?
Yes, sorry, 1 second. Okay. You cut out on the shlok. Did you say 30?
30.
30.
Yeah. We did till 29th last week,
yeah.
Right? Okay. Oh, you were not there last week.
Yeah. Sorry.
Okay. 29. 30, Papa. Sorry. Okay. Go ahead.
Okay. Api chetsu duracharo Bhajate mamananyabhak Sadhureva samantavya Samyak vyapasito hisa
Together.
Api chetsu
duracharo bhajante mamananyabhak
sadhureva samantavyam samyak vyavasito hisa. Api even chet if suradaduchara, one committing the most abominable actions,
Bhajate is engaged in devotional service, Mam unto me, Ananyabhak without deviation, Sadhu Eva certainly Sahi, Mantavya is to be considered, Samyak completely, Vyavasita situated in determination, He certainly Sahi.
Got it. Okay. So what he is trying to explain here, now when we say, oh, you equally God is present in everybody, equally God loves everybody, then what about people who do sins, right? Who are really bad, who are doing ugly things, who are immoral. So what about those guys, right? So he's explaining this in contrast to that, like everybody will ask that question. So he's saying, even if the ugliest sinner, right, worship me with exclusive devotion. Now, there are many words that we have to pay attention in this shloka. He should be regarded as saint, for he is rightly resolved. Right now, there are very key words in that. First of all, he is talking about sudurachara. Sudurachara means, su means supreme, right? Durachara means, achar means acharya means what conduct you have, right? Duracharya means bad conduct, right? So supreme bad conduct, like if somebody is really immoral, really at the level of highest level of immorality, they are really bad or big sinners, right? Doing big things, bad big things. He says those people also, when they come in surrender to him with exclusive devotion means one-pointedness devotion, right? So exclusive devotion is needed. They are considered as saint, right? They are also on the path of enlightenment, right? Now also he says, because as they have rightly resolved it, right? Rightly resolved it means, so what happened in this case, what he's trying to say is, they were sinner, but when they come in surrender and rightly, because they have rightly resolved it, means they have done all the things, but now they realized that there is nothing better than going and surrendering yourself to God. And when they realize it, they had, they have done all the other things. They have, even we talk about, when we talk about these shlokas, sometimes it comes up like, oh, we are not, that bad. We are not sinners. We don't do bad things. So these shlokas are not for us, right? But that's not true. If you look at it, even getting too much indulged in your desires, too much thinking about, any desires that are worldly desires, we indulge too much into it, right? I want to be a big famous person, and you put everything into it, right? You get into the desire of getting a lot of things in this world. That is also kind of that you are drawn by your desires to the things that you knowingly or unknowingly can do bad things because you are so wanted to do it. People who want to be very, very rich, sometimes somewhere they have done something bad that because of their desire, their intense desire. So sometimes we don't put ourselves into that bucket because we don't see it that way, but we only think, oh, people who murdered somebody or killed somebody or did somebody, that's what Krishna Bhagavan is talking here about. But that's not the case, right? He is also talking about people like us. When we get into these worldly desire desperately, we do something wrong, and that's wrong also included in this, right? So he talks about like these guys who, when they resolved it forever, because he got one-pointed devotion to God, and that's how they resolved it.
So all these people that like kill people for God, like in the name of like any God, is that like determination? Like
come again.
Like these people who kill for certain gods, like any religion, right? They kill for, oh, I'm doing this for this god.
Yeah.
Like what type of what?
That's also cause that's sinner, because you
but like is that the determination that they're talking about?
No, so what they are saying, that determination, they are talking about the, rightly resolved part of it, like the one pointedness on the bhakti. It's not like, if there is anything to harm other, can it be a religion? Can it be a spirituality when you are ready to harm the other person, right? When God is in everybody, so if you harm other person, can it be a spirituality? Can it be?
But you just said that even if one commits the most bad action.
But then, if that's what I'm saying, keep this eye, it's very important to understand this shlok very well. When they surrender to God, right? When they surrender it to God and exclusive devotion to God. When you devoted to God and surrender to God, does God tells you, kill other people for me?
Some people believe that, do they not?
Do they believe it? But that's what the belief is wrong, right? Because God cannot say it. When God is saying that I am present in everybody, then how can you kill another person to, that's also made of God, right? Every single person has God in them, right? That's what we say. So how then they are not using the religion the right way, right? Because it doesn't say that. So you say, and they should be regarded as enlightened people. Now, it doesn't, like, if you study these things and you said, okay, God says that I could be worst sinner and still God will help me, and, He will take me in His arms, or I can surrender it to Him. That's not the right way to see the religion, right? One point, it's only thing that if somebody is really surrendered to God, it has to be a moral person. You cannot follow a religion being immoral, no matter what. And morality, basic foundation is that you take care of other person, right? Is it not the basic morality for, like, we don't harm other people, we don't lie, we don't do anything bad to another person, where there is a selfish motive to it, right? So it's very importantly, he says that they have to one-pointedly devoted to Him, as well as Him means, again, I will make sure that you guys understand, it's not Him, he is talking about Krishna, Him. He's talking about the God who's created the world, the Saguna Bhagwan. Or if you go for the knowledge, then Brahman, right? So that's what he's talking about. He's not talking about, as a Krishna, you believe in me. He is talking here as an enlightened person who already realized that he is the one, he is the Brahman, right? So he talks about surrender to me is, again, these all 4 yogas come in that, right? So, we have so many examples in all religion where there were sinners who changed themselves when they got to realize that whatever they were doing is worldly and temporary, and it's not what is going to give them joy for happiness forever, right? So whenever they realized, and we are at the point where we don't realize this world is temporary, and we get into this world with thinking about that, okay, this will stay with us permanently, this is the one we want to keep going with this. It's not. Today the happiness that you have, tomorrow that would not be you would not be happy with it, right? It will keep changing, right? So it is the things that make you happy 5 years down the road, these same things will not make you happy anymore, right? So the person who realized that, have resolved it right way, that only person can do devotion to God. If you don't resolve it, this part, then you cannot do it. So that's why God is saying, like, there are so many things. I don't know if you guys have heard the story about Unglimar and Buddha, right? So Unglimar was a guy who was, what do you say in English? The cat, like, who steals things, but it's in a horror way. Like, he used to cut people's finger and then make a garland and used to wear that garland, the people who he killed, right? So he was very, everybody was really scared of that guy. When they crossed this jungle, they were so scared that they will be killed, and he will cut the fingers, and he used to wear a garland with these fingers sewed as as a, in the garland. And so when Buddha was about to pass through the jungle, everybody, villager, says, don't go there. There is an ungli mar is a finger. Mar means who cuts the finger and takes it. So there is a guy, ungli mar, who does this all the time. So Buddha kept on walking towards the jungle. So there were like one village he passed and people said, don't go, don't go. He heard them, he acknowledged it, but still kept walking. Then second time people saw him, he said, don't go there. There's really dangerous person, don't even go there. But he kept walking. So the time comes when he was passing by through his territory. He saw Buddha coming and he's like, oh, okay, today is a saint who I'm going to kill. And he started running behind him, chasing him, walking behind him. And he said he thought he will just, cut him, and from the front he will go behind him and suddenly he will come in the front and kill him. So he started walking fast. He kept on seeing Buddha same distance that he saw the first time. So he started walking faster and faster and faster. But this distance between Buddha and him never closed down. So he started running fast to reach him. And he kept running and still the distance was equal between him and Buddha. So then he got tired and he said, stop, wherever you are, just stop there. And Buddha said that, I'm stopped long time back. When are you going to stop? So he couldn't understand that what's this meaning, like, hey, where did he stop? He's still moving, and how is he claiming that he stopped? And I stopped, and he's saying that, when are you going to stop? So Buddha turns around and say that I have stopped the violence. I have stopped, harming other people long time back. I have stopped long time back. When are you going to be coming to that point where you're going to stop these violence? When are you going to stop? So even if I'm walking right now and I'm saying I have stopped, I meant I have stopped all these things. When are the days going to come that you're going to be stopped? You're going to come out of these ugly desires that you want people's finger, and you enjoy killing people. When are you going to stop that? And that day he realized that, so those words that, Buddha said calmly, not he was not scared of this person, and he still calmly explained him what it was. Unglimar became devotee to Buddha, and it's the story goes on like he was the favorite devotee of Buddha for a long time, and he stays with Buddha. And so as soon as they realized even the sinner people were the favorite devotee of these saints, right? So Krishna Bhagavan is trying to explain here that even if you get to that level but you surrender, that doesn't make you think that, oh, okay, let me do all the crimes for next 10 years and then after 10 years I will surrender myself to God and he will. No, surrender to God is way difficult than we just say words saying surrender to God and having one pointed bhakti to God, devotion to God. It comes with time, it doesn't come overnight. But when he's saying here, he says that even sinner people can reach to him, right? So that's what he's saying. So even, the things are bad with somebody, if they come, God is so loving, so caring that he is going to give them, he's going to take in his, in his, in his arms and show love, because God is full of love. That's what he's trying to explain here, right? Any questions here? Okay. Let's move to slok number 31. Reha, you want to take that one, Raja?
Sure.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Shipram bhavati dharmatma.
Shipram bhavati dharmatma.
Shashvat Shantim Nigacchati.
Shashvat Shantim Nigacchati.
Kaunteya Pratijanihi.
Kaunteya Pratijanihi.
Name Bhakta Pranashyati.
Name Bhakta Pranashyati. Shipram Bhavati Dharmatma. Shashvat Shantim Nigacchati. Kaunteya Pratijanihi. Name Bhaktya Pranashyati.
Shipram, very soon Bhavati becomes Dharmatma, righteousness, Shashvat, Shantim, lasting peace, Nigacchati, attains, Kaunteya, O son of Kunti, Pratijani, he declare, na, never, may, my, Bhakta, devotee, Pranashyati, perishes.
Okay. So here he said, this person, now we are keep talking about the person who does a lot of sins, right? So he's saying that this person soon become righteous minded and attain eternity peace. Know it for certain, Arjuna, they my devotees never perished, right? So when this person, the person who was doing a lot of sins, becomes the righteous mind very speedily, he says Shipra means speedingly, very quickly. They become righteous very quickly. So when you love God, God's love you double back, right? Double the amount. So Shipram, quickly he becomes most righteous person in the world. And why that happens? Because once you turn around, the concentration that you had to do, you had such a passion to do wrong thing, the same passion comes towards the God, right? There is a story of Tulsidas ji, right? So what happens is when he was he used to write poems before, and he was little bit religious before, and he get married and he got so much fond of his wife that he always follow his wife all the time, right? So when his wife went to her house, her mother's house, he actually went in the middle of the night. He thought, oh, I'm missing my wife, and he ran away to it was a different village, right? So he went in the middle of the night, he went to the different village, and nobody opened the door at his wife's house. So he actually saw a rope and climbed that rope to the next window, the upper window, where it was his wife's room, and tried to go in the house from there. So when his wife comes out of at the window, she hears somebody, knocking on the window, or so she comes out to the balcony, and she saw that her husband was climbing a rope to come up in the balcony there, right? So his wife, when he comes up, the wife says, why did you come here? And he said that, oh, I was missing you so much and I wanted to come and meet you. So the wife gets very, very upset, and she says that the desire of meeting me, you didn't even realize that you were not climbing the rope. There was a snake that was hanging from the balcony, and he climbed over the snake. That fearlessness that he has to just see his wife, that he was so much into love with his wife, or whatever, the desire of his meeting his wife was so strong that he didn't even realize that he was in danger. And he climbed the window and he went in the balcony to meet his wife. So she said that, you were so fearless to just see me. I wish you could put that much energy to see God. You would have gone so far, you would have seen God, because the intense desire that you put to just see me, that intense desire could have made you reach reach God. And that's when he realized that, oh, I could put that much intense desire. And you know that he wrote Ramcharitmanas, and he wrote such big round whole Ramayana he wrote, right? So that's what happens when somebody does such an intense thing for worldly thing. Those people speedily change because they already have that, going to the passion, like they have that passion to go behind something. But when you go behind the worldly things or worldly desires, and if you change that worldly desire to going towards God or surrendering to God, the U-turn becomes so speed. Like if people don't have passion, it's very hard to be that passionate to surrender it to God too, right? You have to have such a devotion, such a love to get to that position what Krishna is talking about. But think about that. So if that whole entire desire that you have to make a lot of money here or make famous or be so much, and if you change that desire, take that U-turn and make that desire towards God, you can be enlightened in this life. So that's why he says these people speedily make a U-turn, right? And then they attend me. And Arjun, you can claim this. He's saying that you can, without any doubt, you can say that these people come to me and these devotee, I will take care of them, right? In previous slok, we say, we already studied that, right? So whenever we are, he takes care of us. He carries us. We don't have to worry about it, right? A person who wants something and he is so much in desire to get something, worldly thing, right? And he will keep chasing that all the time, right? But as soon as he takes the U-turn and have that same desires towards the God, what happens is whatever he needs in the life, God will give him. God will take care of him. That's what God said, right? What you have to do, just one-pointedly devote yourself to God, and then God will take care of you. Now, again, I want you guys to very, very be, don't fall into that I will not do anything. I will morning, evening, I will say God's name and God will take care of it. You also have to do action, and which God already explained us before, right? Actions are important. You have to take the actions and God will take care of you, right? So that's what he's saying here. Now, there are many stories about this too, right? I say that when the devotion of God is so strong, right? Ramanuja Swami, and he was devotional, right? He was very devotional to Krishna and all. There was a Yagna Murti who was Advaitic, right? He was, knowledge is everything. Why do you do all these pujas and everything? Brahman is in everybody. So they had a debate, right? In olden days, there was a very healthy debate they used to do in between the school of philosophies, right? School of thoughts, they used to do it. So one is saying that devotion is bigger. The other one is saying, knowing yourself that you are Brahman, that's the way to enlightenment. So they both have a different view, right? So they had a debate for, I think, 17 days or something, and the debate was so strong because Yagnamurti was very, very intelligent guy. So he was very strong in saying his part of the philosophy, like, Brahman is everything. There is nothing else other than Brahman. So he was explaining that. So he was very strong in his debate. So when the debate was towards the end, it felt like Ramanuja Swami will lose the debate and Yagnamurti will, win the debate. The last day of when Ramanuja Swami was going towards the debate, so he said, God, I have given it to you. Now you decide what is bigger, devotion or knowledge, which one is bigger. Like, it's up to you. If you think that knowledge is bigger, then you show it in the debate, which you have shown. But if devotion is bigger, then you take care of me. And as he was going towards the debate, Yagnamurti had a vision of Krishna in Ramanuja Swami. Like he was saying that Krishna was walking towards him when Ramanuja Swami was walking towards him. So God has given a lot of, I would say, miraculous story. When the devotion comes in the point, God actually come and support their bhaktas, right? So when he was about to lose the debate, actually Yagnamurti himself saw Krishna coming. So he said, no, your thing is more powerful. When devotion comes, it's more powerful to see that, I can actually manifest Krishna in front of you when you were coming. So what happens in this scenario, how the person changes, right? So before, ego and egocentric desires plays the role in all your action, right? So all the actions, when God is not there in the picture, you are the one who is doing things, who are taking the actions, right? Your egocentric desires are making you take actions. So all the actions are influenced by your ego and your desire. As soon as you surrender it to God and you feel you devote all the actions and everything to God, then these ego and the desires are pushed away, right? Then what happens is the God is making me do these things, right? And that ego, the I, the little I, that pushes out and God goes in, then what happens is all these egos falls off. Then you are ready to take all those actions, and then how can it be sinful, right? All those actions cannot be sinful no matter what. So that's and then God says that they attain peace. Now he's not talking about a peace here, like if you're coming from really hot burning hot sun outside, you are walking in the sun and you come home and then you drink a cold ice water and you get the peace. He's not talking about that kind of peace. He's talking about Shashvat Shanti, which is eternal peace, right? Eternal peace is the one that whatever you do, however bad situation, good situation are you in, that peace that stays inside you and you don't get bugged by these situation, outside situation, internally that peace, that's the peace he's talking about. So again, when we talk about these things, the person who is very spiritual or walking on the path of spirituality, you will see one big huge difference in him or her, that whatever situation this person is put into, you do see a peace on his face no matter what, right? You will see that there is a success come through it, right? It still see peace in it. If there is a failure comes across, you still see peace in it. That's where you can figure it out, that this is the person who is walking towards spirituality, right? So the peace comes, and that's what God is saying here, that person quickly make a U-turn, get the peace, and you can definitely tell, or you can claim this, Arjuna, that devotee will always never perishes, right? So he's doing that claim. Now, Pratijanati, he says firmly tell that. Pratijanati, firmly tell that. Kaunteya, say that firmly, that na me bhakta pranishyati, that bhakta will never be perished, right? Okay, so let's move on to slok number 32. Nanu, you can take that, Raja.
Mam hi partha vipashitya
Mam hi partha vyapashiptya
yepi syu papayonaya
yepi syu papayonaya
striyo vaisyas tata shudras
striyo vaishyas tatha shudra
tepi yanti param gatim.
tepi yanti param gatim. Words?
Altogether.
Oh, sorry. Yeah.
Mam hi partha vyapashitya yepi syu papayonaya striyo vaisyas tata shudras tepi yanti param gatim. Mom of me, he certainly, Partha, O son of Partha, Vyapashitya, particularly taking shelter, yea, those who, Api also, Su are Papayonaya, born of a lower family, Striya, woman, Vaisya, mercantile people, Tata, also, Shudra, lower classmen, Deyapi, even they, Yanti, go, Param, to the supreme Gatim destination.
Okay. So, this shlok always been a controversial shlok, but I think the people who don't go in the detail, they make that controversy. We want to make sure that when we study this shlok, we go into detail about what Krishna is trying to say here, because it could be superficially, when you get the meaning of the shlok, you will be offended. You will say, oh, what is Krishna saying here? But there is a deeper meaning to it, and we need to get into that deeper knowledge rather than just saying superficially, like how, oh, it's discrimination, it's not right. But if you really get into the right way, so I want you to make sure that when you read the shlok, don't just go on the superficial level. So superficially, it says Arjuna, women, Vaishyas means the person who does the trading, like the four vargas that we talk about in Hinduism is explained, right? The Brahman, Kshatriya, Vaishya and Shudra. So that person. Then Shudra, the fourth class, as well as those impious birth, whoever may be taking refuge in me, they too attend the supreme goal, right? Now he says that four different kind of people, he says they also can get the enlightenment. Now why did he put all these? So that's a discrimination, right? But we already studied before. Like, I think we took it the wrong way, that people who are born in Brahman, with Brahman parents are Brahman, people who born with Vaishya parents are Vaishya, people who born with Shudra family is Shudra, or vice versa, right? Which Krishna Bhagavan says it's not who are born in which family, it's more about who, what character or what thinking they have. Like, it's based on the thinking what they have, right? So he's saying people who are, he put women into it too. So think about it, 5,000 years ago, women were not, it was in every society. Women were not equally, there was no equality of women in those days too. And a long time that, there was no, in America also women couldn't vote, right? Long time back. Women votes came later, like women couldn't do certain things. So there was a lot of discrimination in longer time back, right? There was this was the time when Karam Kanda was the highest. Karam Kanda means all these ritual was highest. And you would not believe that women were not allowed to do Karam Kanda. So they were not allowed to. So it says that if you are born as a woman, you would not get enlightenment, because you will not be able to do a lot of rituals that God, you surrender yourself to God, you will not be able to do these things. So that's why, think about that time, right? Now another way to think is that women are being portrayed as a certain way, like the soft, the love, showing love and stuff like that. the determination was being considered as a man character. So whenever the determination part comes in, it is shown as a male character rather than a female character, right? So kind of those days. So but Vaishya and Shudra, that is saying, right? Vaishya is not about a caste, it's about the thought process. The people who could do anything and everything to make money. That's the mindset of Vaishya should be. So even you are born in Brahman, you can behave like Vaishya, right? Even you are born in Kshatriya, you can behave like Vaishya. I have seen so many Brahman and Kshatriya who are going behind the money rather than, helping people out. Like Kshatriya's main role was that they are there to protect people, right? But there are stories of Kshatriya keeping their words, right? They would die, but they will never, Ram Bhagwan left for Vanvas to keep the word of his dad, right? So they were known to keep their words, right? I don't think so, there is that quality of protecting people or protecting their words. That quality is not there. So even if you are born in Kshatriya, you cannot claim that your mindset is Kshatriya. Even if you are born in Brahman, if you are not following the knowledge, you are not helping people get that knowledge, or you are not yourself implying that knowledge, then you are not a Brahman. So that's what you need to understand, that it's not the caste, it's the thought process, right? So the thought process of Shudras are that they are always, down, they are depressed, they are the people who are full of tamas, right? Those are Shudra. That's what he's talking about. The people who are lazy, down, depressed, kind of those people, right? So it's not, again, the people who are born in the class. I want to make sure that we understand it very well. It's what your mindsets you are born with, right? A person could be born in Kshatriya, could be Shudra, but the person who is born as Vaishya could be a Shudra, right, with the mindset. So God is saying that even those people whose mindset is, all the worldly desire. Vaishya are known for all the worldly desires that they have. They will do anything and everything to run the business, to make the money, right? So even if they are Vaishya with the mindset, even a person who is depressed, who is lazy, any of this, even who are born in because of the bad karmas, whenever they get refuge in God, God will take care of it. So God is trying to tell clearly that anyway, whatever you have done in the past, but today you singly devoted and come in surrender to God, He will take care of you, right? He will Valmiki, right? Valmiki was also a big he used to steal money. He used to steal money from everybody. Like he used to steal jewelry and money from everybody who passed by him. So he was a what do you say the word? Anybody can help me here? He looted, he was a looter. So he used to take money from everybody. Now, one time he came across a saint, right? And he wanted to loot him too. And he they had a conversation here, and he said, "Okay, you know what? You are when you are stealing from me, you are actually getting a sin, right? You are getting a bad karma." So who are you doing it for? So Valmiki said, I'm doing it for my wife, my kid. I don't have any way to earn the employment. I don't have money to earn. So I steal and I give it to my wife, and that's how she runs the house. So, so this is my earning thing. The wife, so Saint says to him, okay, so what you want, I will give you everything. The only thing I want you to ask, go home and you ask your mom, and he says, I have mom, dad, and my wife and my kid, who I do the stealing, and take the money home. So he said that, okay, you are doing it for them, right? Go and ask them that whatever sin you are getting by doing this, are they also going to share that sin with you, right? Are they going to be also, taking the contribution of sin that he is acquiring by doing that? So he said, okay, I will ask. Yeah, they will take it. I'm doing it for them, so it's equal, right? So he goes home and he asks his wife that I am getting all these sins by stealing, by hurting people, by stealing from them. Are you also contributor for that? Bad karma. And the wife says, why I'm not going to share your sins. Sins are yours. You take care of them. I'm not. What your responsibility is to make money and give it to me, and I am taking it whatever you are earning. So however you are earning, it's your business. I am not contributing to any of your sin. So he realized that whom he is doing it, the bad things, they are also not taking it from him. They are not sharing that bad karma with him. So why would he do the bad karma? And then he became Valmiki, and we already know about Valmiki thing, right? So, so it's like, even if you are in such a bad place, even you are, you always has desire of money, you are Vaishya, you only think about yourself, your selfish desires, everything. But as soon as you take that U-turn, God will start walking with you, right? So again, even if you are, you don't do, you are down, or even if you don't have, there are not people that have a lot of intelligence, right? They cannot understand when we talk about Brahman and everything is same and everybody has God in them, and your God reside in your heart, all these things. Some people don't get it, right? But as soon as they devote themselves to God, or they surrender, hey God, you take care of me, here I am, that is, I'm there, you created me, you're gonna take care of me, right? As soon as the person says that, what happens is, God takes care of them, right? So simple thing. So he's saying that even underprivileged people, if they surrender it to God, God helps them, right? Now, this could be taken the bad way, right? Okay, you are born in Vaishya family or Shudra family, you also get, so people take that superficial thing, but we need to go in the detail. He is not talking about the class, he is talking about the mindset that people have, right? Okay. Do we have still time? 5 minutes. Okay, so let's do 33 and 34. So those are the two sloks remaining for this. But let's do 33 real quick, and then we will see if we can take 30. It's not a big slok, so we can finish it right now. Krisha, you want to take that? 33?
Yeah.
Okay.
Kim punar brahmana punya
Kim puna brahmana punya
Bhakta rajasya yasthatha
Bhakta rajasya yasthatha
Anityam asukham lokam
Adityam Sukham Lokam
Imam prapya bhajasvamam
Imam prapya bhajasvamam. Together. Kim puna brahmana punya Bhakta rajasya yasthatha
Anityam asukam lokam imam prapya bhajasya mam. Kim, how much puna again brahmanas punya righteous bhakta devotees Rajashaya saintly kings Tata also anityam temporary ashukam full of miseries lokam planet imam this prapya gaining bhajasva be engaged in loving service mam unto me.
So what is he saying here is 33. Okay. He's saying how much more than if they be a holy brahmanas or royal sages devoted to me. Therefore, having obtained this joyless and transient human life, constantly worship me. Right? So what he's saying here is no matter anitya means temporary. Sukham means not that sadness, it is joyless, right? It's not sadness. So difference between, you can say that it's like they that part, the world, loka means world, right? So he's saying that the more you get into yourself, right, more you get to realize that this is temporary, this world is temporary, then what happened? All that practices, all that you do will take you to higher level. Now it says Brahmana and Raj and royal saints and stuff like that. It will take you to that. That means it will take you to Guna of Brahmana. Guna means your characteristics. That becomes Brahmana characteristics. You are surrendering yourself to God. So as soon as you get to know that this world is temporary, you are here just to, you have rented this house, and after a little while, the rent will go away. Until you don't make your own house, you're going to keep renting the house. Until you make your own house means you realize that you are Brahman. You are not this person. Otherwise, if you stick to this person, this is temporary house, and it's going to keep changing, and you're going to keep getting attached to the rented property, right? If you get attached to the rented property, what's going to happen? One time landlord will come and say, leave, I need this house. And then you have to leave, and you are so attached to this rented property that it's going to be a hard time for you to leave it, right? But if you feel like, okay, this is rented, I'm going to rent, I'm going to live really good, I'm going to keep everything clean because I have to live in that. I will keep it clean, but this is rented, this is not mine. As soon as you come with that mindset, you will get to God will help you get to that point where you will realize that God is so close to you and taking care of you, right? So we will continue 33 and 34 next class, and we can end the chapter next week. Okay, guys? Okay, let's close it. Vasudeva Sutam Devam Kaushachanuramardanam Devaki Paramanandam Krishnam Vande Jagadguru Guru Brahma Guru Vishnu Guru Devo Maheshwara Guru Sakshat Para Brahma Tasmai Shri Guruve Namah. Krishna Arpanamastu.